comes out on top this weekend will most likely be leading the championship going into the last rounds. Harry and I both want each other to do well, but when we put the helmets on in the morning, we definitely want to beat each other. It doesn't feel easy when the pressure's on like this, but hey, that's when you know you're alive, right?
This is my little happy face here.
It's all right.
No, I feel responsible.
There was a moment there where I thought it was championship over. I just want to make sure that Adelaide were on the top step of that podium.
Neal Bates from GAZOO Racing Australia, and we're at my house here in Canberra. Rallying is an enormous passion, and that's what we love doing. Motorsport is a huge passion, so to be able to do that stuff for a living is very cool. My involvement with Toyota started in 1989. Toyota ran a Star Search competition that involved circuit racing with their Corolla touring cars, and I was lucky enough to be picked because of my rallying achievements for that, and I went along and did that and was lucky enough to win it. And interestingly, I actually got signed up to be a touring car driver in, I think it was 1990, but then they disbanded the team. Then they'll bring these cars into the country called Sleeker GT4s, and they rang me and said, oh, would you be interested in rallying one of those? So the rest is history. 4 Australian Rally Championships, won the Otago Rally in New Zealand a couple of times, went to the Race of Champions 4 times, I think it was, at the Canary Islands. In 1997, Harry was 2, Laws was just born, and I did the Australian Rally Championship. I did the Enduros in the supercars, I did the Super Touring, I did the Race of Champions and 3 rounds of the World Rally Championship all in 1 year. So I didn't realise probably until recently how selfish I was. And Jane has been amazing, like one of the strongest women that you'll ever meet, and still is, and she's there making sure everything happens and everything's organised, and despite what you guys may think, I'm probably not the world's most organised person when it comes to normal life. So.
It's an awesome area to come and rally, of course. The Gippsland region's pretty beautiful. The scenery's unbelievable, the roads are in amazing condition, and yeah, we're here at Sale this evening, and it's a great little town and the locals are getting around it.
Good morning, Lewis.
Morning, thank you.
You had your coffee this morning?
Yeah. We decided to have a team breakfast, get everyone here, and just start off the weekend with a nice relaxing bacon and egg roll and coffee before we get into the hard work.
It's pretty weird waking up and not starting until 9:30, to be honest with you.
How long normally you go?
Normally we do our first stage at like 8:30.
A bit nervous at this point, but that's the usual.
Have a great run, mate.
Thanks Dan. Cheers.
See you, Lewis. Good luck today.
Thank you, you too.
Cheers. See you soon.
There's a championship long game to be played this weekend as well, just in the sense that obviously I need to make sure that we're constantly gaining points on the leaders, Lewis and Anthony. This rally's very unique, so basically the first 2 stages climb up the mountain, then the second 2 stages climb down.
Flat 4 left into flat 5 right minus narrow 120.
Obviously when the boys are out there, there's not a lot that can be done, and they were keeping warm by kicking a football around there, but the rest of us have just been hanging around here and poring over the times and generally trying to relax. There's a split there for him now. Jane's probably the hardest worker in the team, feeding, I don't know how many of us there is, 16 or 17 people, and And then, so that's a full-on job and hard work. So she's very, very busy.
Burgers and fried rice today. Lewis's request for the fried rice.
Yeah, obviously I get nervous, and people always say, oh, why do you get nervous? You did it. And I always say, well, the problem is I know what's going on out there. I know how hard they're pushing and I know what's out there. So, it's, in a rally there's a lot to contend with and a lot as a driver and co-driver to deal with. And, it's a pretty tough sport. So, for sure I get nervous.
Max something very hard, something very bent in front.
Right.
Who? Lewis.
Right, right in on crest over 50. Titans 4 in 80. Right left over 40. Titans 4 plus.
10. Sorry about that. Bent something in the steering.
There's the big hit.
It was my fault.
Right.
Like, it was a humongous.
I'll go and let him know.
Yeah.
We nearly rolled.
Yep.
I just got sucked in on the wide road in Deep Creek near the
I know
start,
where.
and I took too much
The yellow,
inside.
the one that was painted yellow.
No, it wasn't painted yellow. No, there
Was it
wasn't marked
right
on
5 and Titans?
It's nasty.
Okay.
Like we were up like that,
I need a marker.
and straight away I had no brake pedal, and I pumped it up, and
Yep.
I just had to keep pumping it up.
So it's getting bad knock off.
Yeah, badly. I'm glad we're still in the hunt and we're back at service. So the midday service was 30 minutes. So if you run into late time, it's 5 seconds per minute penalty. We told them what we thought it was, but it was a lot more than just that. So they did a power steering pump, right front drive shaft, a right front hub, a right front wheel bearing, brake disc. So it did a lot of damage. We were very lucky to get back here. They basically got the job done and we had 30 seconds to spare at the time control, so they nailed it. It was very foggy at the start of special stage 7.
1, go. Flat left 40, 3 right plus 30.
The start of the stage is about 1110 metres altitude, and hence up there you just get a variety of different conditions, and today it was fog.
50.
It makes it challenging. You can't see much. You've only got, the next few metres of vision, and obviously when you're doing 160 kilometres an hour, that makes it tricky. But I said to myself at the start of the stage, all my notes have distances in them, so I call a straight 50 metres or 100 metres or 200 metres, depending on how long the straight is. And I just said to myself at the start, all right, I have to listen to the distances and trust them. And they were pretty good. I was able to commit really well to what Coral was saying. And if she said 100, I had to sort of, in my brain, count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and then start to look for the corner. So, yeah, it makes it difficult, but that's sort of why we have pace notes. And when you write them, that's the importance of being perfect and making sure that they're all spot on.
Half opens, very long mid, 30. And late 4 left over finish, 33 right. Oh, that looks a bit like hard work.
Not wrong.
Nicely done though.
Yeah, you too. I felt like this afternoon we were very controlled, conservative, 0 moments, and still able to pretty much hold the pace, so at least that was all right, yeah. And we go into tomorrow with a minute lead, yeah. All right, see ya. Today was just very changing conditions, so smooth roads, which was nice, but very, very greasy in places, and we had a very strong day, so a minute lead going into tomorrow is more than we could have asked for, and I'm very, very happy with how it went. It was a much better afternoon. I think we made up 1 position up to 2nd place. The last stage, we were having a really good stage, but we caught Nathan's dust. He had some issues, and unfortunately probably lost about 5 or 6 seconds, and that cost us the stage win. So disappointing way to finish the day, but really happy with our pace this afternoon. nice to have a minute lead and only have to conserve that rather than push on too much, but we didn't want to disrupt our rhythm or anything, so we just focused on being super neat everywhere, and yeah, really nice clean morning.
Yeah, we've had a solid morning here. The stages were pretty tricky. There was a bit of road sweeping going on the first pass, so we were probably pretty careful. We're sort of in nowhere lane, sitting in second place.
Low left over 20, tight in 4 minus, delayed 2 right front.
Narrow 3 right plus tightens to 2 right.
It's nice to have a smooth rally where nothing's gone wrong. It's been, to be honest, to this point, a really, really good weekend for Coral and I, and the whole team, to be honest. To have both cars here in first and second position with 1 stage to go is nice. So hopefully we can finish off with a power stage win as well. That's certainly the goal, and that's what we've been studying for just now.
That's all we have to do.
2.4k or whatever it is, yeah. Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. And left entry, 4 right minus, half long. Very narrow, 2 left, 2 right, go 40.
It was super technical, more technical than I thought, to be honest. Just so many corners were in first gear, which is unusual. I've probably only used first gear 5 times this weekend, and 3 of those times would have been in the power stage.
3 right to jump, 4 right to finish, turn 2 right. Oh, nice enough.
Yes, Coral.
We did it. Congratulations. Hey, where am I supposed to stand this time?
On the cage.
On the cage, right.
For us to have such a clean weekend in a tough event like that with changeable conditions proves that we did our homework and made sure we were ready and executed really well. We can be happy with position 2. It's a 1-2 for the Neal Bates Motorsport team, and yeah, we haven't had one of them for over 12 months, so I think the whole team's very excited about that. We came into the weekend with a 39-point lead, and now we come out of the weekend with only a 15-point lead, so there's absolutely nothing in it. The strategy has to be to turn up and focus on doing the best job we can in the car, and then points come off the back of that. I just want to make sure that Adelaide were on the top step of that podium.
Playing in this little flower garden this is my little happy place here.
We're in beautiful Arcadia. We've been here for 22 years now and absolutely love it. So it's our little slice of paradise. Mark and I have been married 40 odd years now, and you know, apart from family, and we have family here a lot on weekends, and my grandchildren, often I'm in the garden. I've got 2 daughters. My eldest daughter Jane is a barrister and not involved in motorsport. My youngest daughter is Molly and is very heavily involved in motorsport. Jane has now had 2 sons, so now I have 2 grandsons, which is a little bit different for me because I'm one of 2 girls, and both my sister and I had 2 girls each, and suddenly these little boys turned up, and they're just great fun.
Coral Taylor-Dates gets her 34th career ARC win, now only 1 behind the late great Possum Vaughan.
I actually wasn't even aware that number was there and, you know, existed. It was actually Harry a couple of rallies ago said, you know, I think you only need another win and you could take the all-time record. So, you know, I was oblivious to it. So, yeah, it's really special. Well, Possum obviously was a Kiwi. You know, he loved rallying, you know, as much as anybody could love rallying, and that was his life. You know, we did have a really great friendship between Possum and his wife Peggy and all of their team and our team. And, you know, we obviously spent a lot of time together at events. But I think that's one of the big things about rallying is the strength of the camaraderie within the sport. You know, and in the early days, for those first 3 years that I was with Neal and Toyota, we won the championship. There were also a lot of championships that he won and we came second a lot. And, you know, that was always the, oh, darn it, you know, we're second again. But through all of that, it was just an enjoyable relationship to have with fellow competitors. And, you know, Possum died in a road accident. It was at an event, but it wasn't actually competing in the event at the time. Rallying people from around the world were all just incredibly shocked, you know, out of the blue. And he was gone, which was just devastating. Anthony McLoughlin, seriously, he is the coolest cucumber in the world.
I'm Anthony McLoughlin. I co-drive for Neal Bates in the Toyota GAZOO Racing Australia GR Yaris. Last year, Lewis and I won the championship.
Yeah. Well done, buddy.
Yes, well done.
You did it.
Awesome job.
That wouldn't have been possible without Neal Bates Motorsport and Toyota. So grateful for all their help and this journey that we're on. What do I love so much about rallying? I love the challenge of it. It's such a unique sport. There's two people in the car fighting against the elements, such a challenging environment. There's a driver, they drive, and co-drivers do everything else. So that encompasses everything, not just calling the pace notes, but organising the driver, making sure the car's where it is. Like I said, pace notes, all the pre-event preparation, on-event organisation, and it doesn't stop even when you get home, the post-event analysis and doing all that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty busy job, and I guess you're the first one to wake up in the morning at an event, and you're also the last one to go to bed. So it's pretty intense, but I love it. I have a wife and son at home whom, you know, we spend a lot of time together. My son just got into karting, so I've just started to enter that motorsport phase with my son. I've been very fortunate. I've done some iconic events myself in San Remo and Poland and Rally GB in a World Rally car, so I'm very, very fortunate to have ticked those off my bucket list. But it would be awesome to go to Europe and compete with Lewis in like a Rally 2 car or something like that. That would be very special.
Yeah, the Adelaide Hills is obviously a fantastic place to rally. I mean, not only because it's beautiful, it's surrounded by amazing scenery, but also because the roads are just so good to rally on. And it's always a favourite amongst us drivers, and yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah, I like Adelaide. I really like coming here. It reminds me a little bit of Canberra, the layout, and yeah, driving around. And it's a nice city to come to, and the Adelaide Hills is very scenic and very nice.
Very important rally, obviously, for both Lewis and I. Whoever comes out on top this weekend will most likely be leading the championship going into the last rounds.
It's a cool feeling, it's exciting. You know, Harry and I both want each other to do well, but when we put the helmets on in the morning, we definitely want to beat each other.
It doesn't feel easy when the pressure's on like this, but hey, that's when you know you're alive, right?
Go. 150 here, 3 left, right, into 4 right circuit.
Three right plus opens.
So stage 1 and 2 are on tarmac tonight, which is good. I enjoyed it here last year.
Lewis and I both have a bit of circuit racing experience, so we feel like we always go pretty well on these types of stages.
425.2.
You?
Well done.
That felt pretty good.
In 6 left plus to flat press, 80.
4 right plus 200. 6 left plus into black press 50.
I think it's probably the nature of the stages that makes me even a bit more nervous this weekend. They're just really fast and sort of quite intimidating as a driver. So to get your head around that and make sure you're in maximum attack mode is really important.
100. Whoa. Flat dip, 120. 508.5.
Bugger bugger.
Oh well, at least we didn't land in the post.
Just an error on my part, brake too late, which cost us probably 8 seconds, I think. So I feel quite lucky to still be within 2 or 3 seconds of the lead, to be honest.
It's definitely a unique event this weekend. There's plenty of remote services.
The service crew actually travel out to where we are and meet us in towns around the Adelaide Hills. From that point of view, it means that obviously we're a bit of a travelling circus rather than a central service park like we normally are.
Didn't have the confidence. It was really slippery as well. So
Yeah. Do you think?
the fast ones, I feel like we can match him.
Yeah.
It's just the technical ones he's exceptionally good at. Yeah, I just need to work on first pass on those technical stages.
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, not much of a break.
You're out.
Thanks everyone.
Caution 4 left entry on crest is 3 right plus 120. 6 left plus 120.
Into the flat middle jump, 100.
I love jumps, especially ones like that where nice landing and everything's kind of set up there for the perfect jump.
Still a little bit of time to find here and there, but overall a very solid day for us.
It was tricky and obviously very tight between the top 3, which meant we were made to work pretty hard for it.
Our cars seem pretty good on the fast stages. Weirdly.
Although best on the tight stages.
Yeah.
Still. But yeah, we were fine. Next we've got 2 super special stages here at the Bend Motorsport Park. And it's side-by-side racing, which is pretty cool. So pretty rare in rallying to get to go head-to-head with another carb.
That's something we've done before and it's cool going up against Harry. We'll both be trying pretty hard to beat each other and have that edge.
Clip 3 left plus out 20. Turn 2 left plus gravel into 2 right loose. Into short 4 left minus 20.
Such a weird rally. The rear's peeled by more than the front. Normally we build front tyre temp at a high rate, but I think just because it's so fast, the rears are constantly doing the work. Good run, clean. I think we took a little bit out of Lewis, which is a positive start. So.
Morning.
I'm struggling with confidence, to be honest with you. I'm not having the same feeling as yesterday, so I don't really know why. Still enjoying the driving and everything, just struggling to find that last little bit.
No, I thought you drove the stage okay.
Yeah, not very good at the start. The rest is okay.
What time do you do?
2 seconds slower than you.
Okay.
We're staying with the same tyres.
Coral made a small mistake on the way to the stage, which ended up making us 5 minutes late. Just an error that can happen in rallying sometimes. So 5 minutes late's a 25-second penalty. By the end of that stage, we'd had a good run through that stage and got the lead again. On the very next stage, we got a puncture. Rear left, didn't cost us too much time. Probably only had to do the last K and a half with it. I mean, at that point, we had a 2-second lead in the heat, and I wanted to try and consolidate that and make sure that we had a margin again, and just made a really silly error under brakes to a tight left-hander and went off the road. There was a moment there where I thought it was championship over because we were going over an edge and I didn't know what was on the other side. So fortunately it was just like a soft bank and we went down and were able to drive back up onto the road and keep going. There was a lot to do. We had a lot of front right damage from the off. What did the damage was when I came back up onto the road I couldn't see because we went down a bank, and when I came back up onto the road I couldn't see and there were rocks there. So like I turned right where I thought the road was, but I still wasn't quite on the road and we ran into some rocks, and that's what smoke broke in the push rod.
My apologies, because all the stuff would have...
It's fine.
That put the pressure on.
It's all right.
No, I feel responsible.
In hindsight, I shouldn't have been pushing that hard, but I also didn't know what the others were going to do, and we had a 2-second margin at that point, so
and
it's very hard to know.
That's my fault.
I feel like I've let a lot of people down. I feel like I've let myself down. It's sort of my second mistake this year, but both of them have been at quite crucial times where, it's just, I don't know, frustrating. To see a team go to work like that is amazing, and they're such a professional bunch of guys we've got around us, and you know, we're forever indebted to them when those sorts of moments happen and they all spring into action, and every single one of them plays such a vital role in keeping us in the rallies.
Right plus. Opens 1-6 right to finish. Braking 32 right plus. Nice buddy, well done, mate.
Good job, well done.
Should be about a 224, 25.
Nice, good job, well done. Yeah. Awesome weekend.
Yep.
Three stages ago, it looked like we were going to lose our championship lead, and now
at the end of the rally we've got the victory and actually extended our championship lead. It's just part of rallying really, anything can happen, and yeah, you really need to be there at the end. We were able to still come out and win the power stage and basically keep ourselves in the championship fight by doing that. So yeah, I don't know, mixed feelings at the moment. It was a good weekend on pace, but another one where the result probably got away from us. Basically whoever wins in Canberra will be champion. If you win the rally and the power stage, then you can score 24 points more than second place. And I'm 23 points behind Lewis going into Canberra. So there is every possibility that the championship will come down to the last stage of the last day of the championship, which I think is great for everyone except us. But, you know, it is exciting, and I'm happy that we're still in the fight at this point after what's been a pretty sort of up and down year. Canberra's a very tough event. It's an endurance event, so it's a very tough one to finish the year. It's notorious for, you know, car breakers or people making mistakes. So yeah, being our home round, the championship's going to come down to it. All our friends and family are going to be out there watching. It's going to be a tense weekend.
For more videos like this, click here, and to subscribe to the Toyota Australia YouTube channel, click here.
Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.